Hey y'all, and welcome back to Lantern Creek Farm. Y'all come along with me as we go pick some tomatoes, and we'll talk about what's been going on the farm, how the garden's doing, and just, chit chat for a while. Alright guys, we're going up to the garden. We got our basket here. We're getting ready to head up there. But before we go, I want to ask you to stop and like this video. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Y'all don't mind the mess in the background. This is a garage after all. And please, 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 if you've got the time, check out our playlist and watch some of our videos. We're trying to meet our goal for our watch hours. But it takes people actually watching the videos for us to meet our watch hour goals. I would like to be monetized sometime in the future, but I appreciate it so much. Thank you all, and like I said, please like and subscribe. Let's get up to the garden. I went to the house and got me another bucket, so I got my blue one and my gray one because I went and checked the garden, and one bucket's not going to be enough. I tell you guys, so we're going to talk about a little bit in this video what's been going on with the farm, and guys, it's been a lot. We've had a lot going on and just really haven't filmed it. I've told you all here and there that the tomatoes were doing really well. And I've mentioned maybe a couple times on a live that the tomatoes were not what we ordered. So although the tomatoes have been doing really well, and I'm extremely thankful for that, the actual tomatoes that we bought were not the ones that we were told they were. And we know that because we don't recognize any of the tomatoes that are in the garden right now. We do know the ones that were sold to us as Amish paste are some type of Roma tomato, but I'm not 100% if they are actually Amish paste. We ordered some beefsteaks. They're not beefsteaks. We ordered pineapple, and well, I don't know. I'll show you. I'll flip the camera around because the lighting's horrible. But what we got was not pineapple. Things that were supposed to be beefsteaks are orange. We have one random tomato in here that doesn't look like any of the rest of the tomatoes. And it's green on the top and like a pink red on the bottom. It's almost like a watermelon color on the bottom. So anyways, we've been lucky and blessed to have a good garden this year. Oh my gosh. There's only one of him for sure. But as you can tell, everything's still kind of green, but we're getting a little brown here and there. But it's the end of the summer. It's towards the end of the summer garden. We've still got some tomatoes on the other side though. Let's see. I don't know. There's peppers right there. On the other side of that, we've got some sun cherries and some more tomatoes that we were told were goat bag. We bought them from the same people, thinking that they hadn't maybe mixed up their seeds or whatever happened that we didn't get the right seeds. But anyways, so although we've had to make some assumptions of deciding what certain tomatoes are, we've had a good overall crop, and so we're not going to complain about it. It's been the best one yet. So we're just going to come out here and pick it and just wonder what we got. This is one of the tomatoes we got, and as you can see, they're real bad cracked because we haven't been getting any rain. We just finally got rain the last couple days, and guys, you ought to have seen us like staring at it. We hadn't seen it in so long. It was just unusual. This is one of the tomatoes that we got. We have no clue what it is. We've got two of them. Obviously, they were supposed to be beefsteaks, I believe. These are not beefsteaks. And I don't really like this tomato. As you can see, it's got really bad cracks in it. They're really, really small. This is the color fully ripe. This is a full ripe color. This is a soft tomato. Well, you can see the juice and stuff. I'm not a fan of these. They weren't heavy producers or nothing like that. So it's nothing we're going to keep seed off of. They also just didn't do very well. But this is one of the rando tomatoes we got. If you know what that is, because your guess is as good as ours. I'm going to throw this one out though. It's nasty. You can tell some of the garden is weedy. Mostly on this end it's weedy. My mother-in-law spent hours working out here weeding the garden. She did a fantastic job. Like I said, we've just been really busy. We've had a lot of things going on. We've been spending a lot of time together as a family, which I love doing, but we've also just been really busy. I started working over the summer, which is something I haven't done since my daughter was 2. And so we've just been busy. We've had a lot of things going on. On top of that, we have added a couple animals to the farm, and we have started some new hobbies. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. And so let's get to picking, y'all. Gardening is something you do with your friends and your family, and I count you all as friends. And so, like I said, guys, I'm really trying to meet my goal, my monetization goal, which is getting my hours up. Unfortunately, I was only a few hours away from meeting my goal when my year came up. And so because of that, I'm having to start over. And I would appreciate it if you all would check out our playlist, watch our lives, like our videos, subscribe, share, just do whatever you can to help us get our videos out there. That way we can become monetized. There's many reasons I would like to become monetized. But guys, I put these videos out, and I've talked about it before. I put these videos out to help people. We're not a huge farm, and we're not, I don't know, we're just not mainstream people. We're just country folks. We're just Appalachians. We're just, in Kentucky, just living our lives. And I put these videos out so that I could kind of show what life was for us. How we kind of live slowly and simply, which is kind of a backwards way of what society really sees life as. And I talk about all the time how we're busy, but we're busy doing things that we love. We're busy doing things, spending time, things that we can do to spend time together. We love being together as a family, and we choose that over a lot of things. We choose that over work. We choose that over many things in this life. We choose to spend time together as a family. And I hope that that's kind of portrayed in my videos. And so if you're new here and you haven't watched my videos before, just a kind of overview of our channel is just a family farm. We're just a small family in Appalachia who just grows our own food, who does things together, who works together, plays together. We just spend a lot of time together, and we love that. And we choose this lifestyle so that we can be together and spend that time together. But let's get to picking some tomatoes. I talked about how big our crop was, and how I was so happy that we've gotten such a good crop, and how blessed we were to have the amount of tomatoes that we've had this year. We've had so many that we've been able to give some away and help other people whose crop didn't do as well this year, which is a good feeling. It's a good feeling to know that the garden did that well, that it produced like it should, and that we're able to kind of give back and help other people that didn't have as such good a time as we did. One thing about it is this garden really held on throughout the drought. I did a video early on about how we don't really water, how we only water when needed, and how a lot of times we just kind of let our plants kind of tough it out. And we did that this year. We were able to just let the plants tough it out. Now, we had a drought last year, but the drought wasn't nothing like the drought was this year. This year's drought has been pretty bad. It's been pretty dry. And like I told you, we're in the garden right now, and we've gotten about 2 days of rain. But previous to that, I can't even think of the last rain that we got. And even when it did rain, and it wasn't enough to wet the ground, it wasn't enough to wet the soil. And so we have really just been suffering a drought, but these plants have really held on. And I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this garden and how well it did. And I feel very blessed. I feel very blessed to be able to put as much food up as we've been able to, which has been a lot. Although I've been spending a lot of hours in the kitchen, it's really just, it's a blessing to be able to have this food, to put this food up, and to give it away for people that need it. And while we're talking about that, a lot of times when we think homesteading, when we think of growing our own food, a lot of people say self-sufficiency, and I say self-sufficiency as well. But don't let your self-sufficiency get in the way of being able to give back to other people. Don't be a hoarder. Don't, when you have a good crop, hold on to it and not give other people the blessing of being able to have that fresh, homegrown produce. If you've got a little extra to give, I recommend giving it. It makes you feel good, and it sure makes other people feel good as well. In light of talking about sharing your produce, another garden update is we have been sharing our produce with quite a few critters in the garden this year. Thankfully, they've only been into tomatoes, and where we've had so many, we haven't really done anything about it. But these are the ones that it's not so fun to share with, especially if your crop's not good. But we haven't been hit too drastically. It seems we've had some rabbits in the garden, we believe some turpins, and then early on some chickens. They've been having a great time in the garden though. Not really the ones I'm talking about sharing with though. We've also been having a little bit of issues with blight due to the drought and the lack of water, but nothing too drastic, nothing too bad. I just usually cut the bad spots out of the tomatoes. As long as everything's doing okay, when we can it, we just cut the bad spots out. As a child, my husband was just a full-on country boy. He always has been. Hunting, fishing, you name it, he did it. And when he was a boy, he was a pretty avid coon hunter. He had his own coon dogs, and he was just kind of raised up doing that. He had some close friends. Got some bad spots on that one. That one's leaking, so we'll throw those out. He had some friends that he was pretty close to and that he used to hunt with. Well, when he got up in his teen years, he kind of quit coon hunting. I guess he was too cool for that then. And so he got out of coon hunting. Recently, we have decided that we're going to start as a family coon hunting again, which has been a really fun experience to watch our daughter go through. She loves it. She loves going out at night. She loves having the dogs, and that's the next thing we're going to get into. I'll show you before we head off this video our new dogs. We recently got a puppy this week, and I'll show you a clip of her here. Her name is Tilly. She is a sweet little 7-week-old pup, and she is a joy and an aggravation to have around. We're working on potty training, which is not that fun, along with crate training. She's going to be at the house for a few weeks because we don't have a companion dog that we can put her with right now. We just don't feel comfortable leaving her out here at the farm by herself. On top of that, I will show you our dog, Blue. He is a borrowed dog right now. We can keep him as long as we want, but we are working on training and hunting with him. Now, if you all are interested in some of those videos, some hunting videos, some of us going as a family, some of Andy's solo hunts, along with some of him and Lakin's hunts, leave a comment down below and let me know if that's something that you all would be interested in. Like I said, we've been finding new ways to spend together as a family, and this is a new adventure that's pretty fun for everybody. So like I said, guys, if you all are interested in that, let us know. We've talked about maybe just creating a whole new channel on coon hunting, but if you all are interested in the videos, please let me know, and that'll kind of let us know what we need to do in the situation of maybe just adding those videos to this farm channel or creating our own channel. Starting to pour. I brought the camera out because it had quit for a second. It was starting. These are the tomatoes. I didn't know what they were. We just have one of these. Can't remember what it was supposed to be, but it's not one of the breeds that we know. So can anybody, by looking at it, tell me what it is? It's got a little green on top, but it's pretty much fully mature. Soft down here at the bottom. This one has a little bit less green on the top, but they have just thin, not very deep ridges on them. Real beautiful tomatoes. Gorgeous. But I just don't know what they are. Just took the first baskets of tomatoes in, and I keep going to put my phone up, and then it comes out sunshine again. God love him. Comes that sunshine again. But I wanted to talk a little bit about, we'll update on the garden a little bit before maybe the rain comes back. I don't know. Pretty gray cloud above us. Y'all see? Pretty dark all the way around, but the sun's coming out too. But anyways, I wanted to give an update before maybe it rains again. If you haven't watched our last video, we went ahead and mowed over our bush beans. We plan to plant them again. I would have already done it, but somebody was supposed to come out and kind of deep plow today, but then it rained obviously, and so they couldn't. So might get them in today, might get them in this week. We'll just have to see. We talked a little bit about the tomatoes here. As you can tell, the summer tomatoes are kind of dwindling down, but we can go up here to kind of our fall or our later crop of tomatoes, and they're doing really well. Along with that, the peppers are still producing. So this breed of tomato was supposed to be goat bag. And some of the tomato plants that are coming on there kind of look like goat, or the tomato, can you see it? Are shaped like goat bags, like you would think like a goat bag looks like. So we'll see. But we have multiple of those along with some sun cherries. We do have some half runner beans that are on this panel still producing. Not many, but every once in a while. Our watermelons that we planted here completely dried up in the drought. This panel had our greasy beans on it, our pink tip greasies and our white greasy beans. They're done. We picked all of our corn the other day. The red burgundy okra never came up. This little blank spot right here was all of our red burgundy okra. It either came up or just died. But this okra has been doing very well, and we've been able to get okra off of it. Can you see? Almost every single day. We have 4 cantaloupes here, which are doing really, really well. They're just not ready to pick yet. Along with that, we have okra here. This is our second corn patch, and we have already picked through it. It didn't do as well as the other one, but we feel pretty blessed with what's going on. Our blackberries didn't hardly produce this year, but a lot of people said their blackberries didn't. Probably drought related. Now we're going to come over here to the potato patch. We dug up all of our potatoes the other day. You can kind of see where the holes were dug. There's something biting me on the hand. Dug up all of our potatoes. So this is dug. It's going to be tilled through. We do have a couple tomato plants, but might just till those over. We have some tomatoes here as well that are producing tomatoes, and we'll come over here and pick them sometime while we're out here. Along with that, we've got our cucumber plants. Now, I did a short the other day. Our cucumber plants are just, sorry, I took my stand off. My finger's in the way. Our cucumber plants are just not producing very well. Some of the vines were supposed to get larger cucumbers on them, and they're just not doing that. I feel like it's drought related. They had a bunch of blooms on them, but we really just haven't met the bloom to cucumber ratio. It's like they had more blooms than they actually had cucumbers. Now I'm looking at it right now, and we do have some cucumbers coming up here. We had a lot of confidence in the amount of cucumbers we planted this year. We even succession planted, but it just didn't work out the way we would like. We did succession plant again, and we have planted cucumbers on this side. And so we'll just have to see how well they do. Along with that, my beautiful flowers. Oh, them zinnias are just gorgeous. And I talk about all the time why we do it. Oh, there was just a bee on that. I don't know if you've seen it before he flew away. And this is our big, beautiful butternut squash volunteer vine. Really, really pretty. But that's kind of the garden update. Just a quick one before maybe it rains again. I'm not going to complain about the rain. I love seeing it. And I showed you all a video, but look at this sweet little thing. Guys, this is Miss Tilly. Come here, Till. She's worried about them chickens. Hi, sweet thing. So she is obviously, like I said, in the house. So she's going to be a house pet, but she's also going to be for recreation. She's going to be our little hunter. She's Lakin's very first very first baby that she's going to train up to be her very own hunting dog. We're really proud of her. And if you're curious about the breed, she is a Treeing Walker Hound. Tilly! She's... Hi, sweet girl. This is my second basket. Not as full, but still pretty full. We still have a lot of tomatoes, a lot of green tomatoes coming on. Can you all tell how humid it is? I don't know if it portrays in the camera. This shirt, like, supposed to come up here. It's so hot and humid that my shirt is like sagging down. It's so wet. It's humid out here. We didn't fill this basket all the way up, but I've still got to go cut some okra, and I still got to go get some cucumbers. So we're not done in the garden yet. And we've still got quite a few of green tomatoes coming on. And like I showed you, we've got tomato plants that are just now starting to produce fruit. I said early on that this channel is to kind of wrap around Appalachia. And one part of Appalachia is our foodways. We're known in Appalachia. Let me hit the light a little bit. It's the lighting. Sorry guys. I don't know why it's doing that. We're known in Appalachia for our foodways. And okra, if the lighting will stay, is a big part of Appalachian foodways. I know quite a few people that like it, quite a few people that don't. But for me, let's see if I can, I don't know, the lighting guys, I'm so sorry. But for me, okra is definitely one big part of Appalachia and the way we eat, and a big part of the garden and the things we grow. I like fried okra. I've never pickled it before, but I have had pickled okra and I enjoy it. Maybe one day I can pickle it. I usually like to pick it about this size. Anything bigger than this is usually pretty tough. It's okay to pick it smaller than this, but much smaller than about that height is a little too early. I usually like to get it, I don't know, a tip over finger length. So that's my tip for cutting okra. Also, you're probably going to need a knife or some scissors or something to cut it off, because okra is tougher than a pine knot trying to get off. So we're going to cut and pick this okra. I do have a few tomatoes that have some damage in them, and I set them aside. My mother-in-law is making some spaghetti tonight, so I'll run those into her. And if she don't need them, then I'll put them in the freezer. I usually like to freeze bug damage or chicken damage, or in this case, bird damage produce, especially tomatoes, because they can be canned. You just cut that spot out. I just put them in the freezer, and they keep until they're ready to be canned. No smaller than that. And this is about the average size. So, about that length. We also have a couple plants of okra in the cucumber patch here. See, that one's a little too big. It'll probably be tough. Or the cantaloupe patch. One sad fact about the garden this year is we planted quite a few watermelons, but most of them shriveled up and died in the heat. We did have one plant that did really, really well, and it does have 3 watermelons on it, but they're not ready to pick yet. Fun fact is I'm horrible about picking watermelons. I've watched all the videos, I've researched all the research, but usually always the first watermelon's never sweet enough. I always mess it up. So this year I got really, really nervous. I've got one that might be ready down there, but I'm scared to pick it. In a couple years we did the whole thing where you cut the hole, and they always rot. So I don't want to waste my watermelons. I planted 2 up there and 3 down here. So 5 altogether. Well, 6 altogether, but only 1 made it. The rest dried and shriveled up. But the cantaloupe's doing really well. I think I planted 3 cantaloupe plants here, and it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 large ones. We might have some small ones, but I haven't seen them if we do. This was our okra. Let's see. That's how much okra we got. Let's head over to the cucumbers and see if we can get a few cucumbers. I've seen some over there that's ready to pick. That's been following along with us for a while, you know that we have been trying to grow enough cucumbers that we've actually been able to pickle quite a few. We did pickle some last year, and thus came my mother-in-law's famous sweet pickles. People that don't even like pickles, or even sweet pickles, or even dill pickles, love her famous sweet pickles. They're amazingly crunchy, and they're wonderful. And I know a lot of you all have been waiting on that video to come out, and you've been asking since last year to have the video and the recipe for them. But unfortunately, nature has not been that kind to us this year. We planted quite a few cucumbers, and it just didn't do well. I don't know if it was this spot specifically. I did plant a cucumber down there with the watermelon that's actually thriving and doing well. And both the watermelon and the cucumber did well up until the last couple weeks, and they've been drying out. These cucumbers produced a lot of flowers, like I said, had a lot of blooms on them, but the bloom to cucumber ratio is not that well. On top of the fact, some of the cucumbers we planted were supposed to be like that long, like straight 8s, and they've only been about tiny. Well, I'll show you. They've been like this. So it's not really working out. So for those of you that want the video, we might not be able to get the cucumber video out, the sweet pickle cucumber video, like we were planning to. This is the kind of pickles that we planted. This is what they're supposed to look like. This is the kind of stuff we've been getting. So it's a big difference between this and this. Well guys, I guess that's all I need to update on you. I guess that's all I need to update and let you know. I don't know. Did I word that right? But I guess that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, ask if I can be any assistance or help in anything you've got need of figuring out. That looks so beautiful. That bow looks beautiful. I think Lakin's up there looking at the frog in the pool. She's trying to save it, I think. But guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hope y'all have a blessed day, wonderful week. Hopefully we can see you on the next one. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.